Are you sick of never seeing the credits roll? Accept this video game challenge and you'll see the end 7 times in 7 days.
We're all creatures of habit. Maybe you spend your evenings dining out on victory royales, or just doing laps around the moon with some equally grind-minded friends in Destiny 2. And while both of these are excellent ways to pass some time, it can be a little, well, disappointing taking part in something that never really finishes. Sometimes you need a little bit more, well, closure. Like snapping a book shut, it's lovely to say that you've actually completed something.
With that in mind then, we've constructed the ultimate 7-day video game challenge, a full week of gameplaying that will let you see 7 sets of credits roll, but also have plenty of time to eat, work and even have a nice life balance to boot. Here, from Monday all the way to Sunday, are 7 very different games you can complete within 7 days.
So, it's Monday. You've had a hard day at work and you don't really have the time or mindset to finish a game. But what if it only takes a minute? Yes, 60 actual seconds. Now you're listening. Hello, minute. Aren't you just lovely?
Okay, caveat. While each run of minute takes, well, a minute, it will take you longer than that to get all the way to the end. But it always feels like perfect bite-sized gaming, and you can take breaks in between for snacks.
Each run of this inventive little journey lets you discover something new in a fascinating monochrome world. Here you'll journey further, chat away to characters with one eye on your watch, and pick up collectibles. And while it doesn't just take 1 minute, you'll unlock enough to get to the last boss after about an hour and a half. Not that we support cheating, you understand, but if you really don't have enough time, you can always just Google the solution to get the minimalist achievement in only 25 runs. Minute is a perfect way to appreciate all those little things in life, as every second truly counts. Oh, and because a countdown isn't for everyone, both the utterly beautiful Gree and the limb-removing, drum-banging Ape-Out will also take you just under 2 hours to finish.
Welcome to Tuesday, a day so close to the start of the week that it may as well be called Monday, the sequel. Well, to cancel out the distance to the weekend, you need something quirky and fun, a game that can really distract you from the realities of a dreary January. A game about sentient noses?
And Wattam isn't just about sentient noses. There are toilets, trees, skittles, bowling. The creator of Katamari Damacy clearly didn't want anyone to feel left out. Okay, it's a little surreal, but the latest title from Keita Takahashi, as you can see in our Let's Play if you click the link on screen now, still somehow manages to have a compelling hook. No one really knows why you're dancing in circles or getting a phone receiver back from the sun, but somehow progressing through this strange world where everyone is happy and there's a specific button to hold hands or explode everyone using a bowler hat is a true joy that you can finish in around 3 hours.
And if you're not up for making balloons make friends with rocks and planting trees, there are still a couple of other essential one-sitting quirky games.
Untitled Goose Game needs no introduction. Well, there we go. And Donut County makes you a master of sinkholes and a naughty raccoon. Take that, Tuesday. Why should PlayStation players get all the fun, eh? Well, the good news is that your hump day totally deserves the wonders of that game company's journey, which is now no longer a Sony exclusive. You too can float, skip, sand surf and chirp your way across a desert of heartache and feels on PC. I would say that this is an experience best savoured, but as a one-sitting game, it really doesn't get any better than this. Like settling down to an interactive 2-hour movie, Journey is truly worthy of the hype.
And, unlike the majority of the other games on this list, Journey actually lets you play with another human being. But, unlike a traditional two-player setup, you'll just find your partner somewhere in the world like a scarf-clad surprise.
Find a floaty partner in the wilderness, and Journey gets even better as you wander the world together. There's never technically any need for a partner, but there's something about just chirping away with a complete stranger and the shared sense of true adventure as you keep your eyes on that end prize of the mountain. This is a perfect pickup for a Wednesday. The weekend is in sight. You just need to get there. You can do it.
Choosing one so-called walking simulator for this list wasn't easy. Do we go for the heart-wrenching but incredible Gone Home, or do we wander the wilderness of Firewatch with only a radio for company? In the end though, when it comes to the best short experiential narratives of the past few years, What Remains of Edith Finch reigns supreme.
We've talked about it before in our best single-player games to play on PC, but Giant Sparrow's Family Journey is exactly the type of experience you hand to someone who thinks games are just still Space Invaders. Single-handedly, Edith Finch's journey through her house of sometimes horrors is a perfect example of just how our favourite medium can immerse us fully in perfect stories while subverting our traditional expectations. Whether we're transforming into a monster or chopping fish, this is a perfect almost Friday game, and one that you'll want to replay instantly after those first perfect 2 hours are over.
Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
It's Friday, you made it, and you're ready for your 5th game of the week. Well, you've done a lot of thinking, some soul searching, and maybe even shed a tear or two in Journey or Edith Finch. It's time for something a little bit, well, more bullety. And I know just the thing.
Superhot is all about feeling like your perfect Friday night movie action hero. It might technically be a puzzler, but this is actually a slow-motion John Wick simulator, as time only passes when you move in-game. Whether you're playing outside of the screen or with your head firmly in VR, Superhot makes every single movement count. Do you reach for the gun, shoot it, or throw it with the knowledge that you'll never get it back? Like Minute all the way back at the start of our challenge, this is a game obsessed with time and choosing the very best way to spend it. And don't worry, you're not alone in being a little bit afraid of the faceless red humans. When they're behind you, they're basically the video game equivalent of the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who. Oh no you don't.
Superhot.
Did you know that the sat in Saturday refers to the amount of extra time you have to spend sat on your backside playing games? No? Didn't think so. Well, with that in mind, I've picked a game with a long but not too long campaign that's one of the most enjoyable, surprising and heartfelt single-player experiences of the last decade.
I think somebody's in love.
Who would have thought that the sequel to a multiplayer game about chonky robots would take us on such an emotional journey? And how do we end up caring more about a Vanguard Titan than our IRL friends? That is the appeal of Titanfall 2.
There are too many amazing moments and game-changing twists to list and spoil here. And while Titanfall 2 borrows ideas from games as diverse as Mirror's Edge and Singularity, it does so in a loving, enriching way. I dare you to spend your Saturday playing this up to the effects and cause mission and not see Titanfall 2 through to completion. It just can't be done.
It's the sort of game that makes you wish you had time-bending powers of your own, just so you could spend longer playing it.
In order to survive, we must keep moving.
And here we are at Sunday, a day that is still, of course, the weekend, complete with brilliant brunch opportunities and a nice long lie, but Monday is suddenly only a sleep away. This means that you need an experience to cancel out the Sunday scaries. And there's no better one-sitting game than the utterly joyous Sayonara Wild Hearts. I mean, don't take my word for it.
It feels wrong to even talk over the delights at work here, but this beautiful arcade neon fest will make every Sunday woe disappear as you surf, float, and battle your way through an incredible world of constantly surprising magic. Like a brilliant dream that you don't need to wake up from, Sayonara Wild Hearts is like plugging into the excitement of every music game you've ever played and adding twitchy platforming. Sure, your first run through might only take an hour and a half, leaving perfect time for other Sunday activities should you wish, but you'll be back in immediately to catch those hearts you missed and for the delights of the soundtrack. Even better is the fact that you can take this into the rest of your week as the whole album is on streaming services. Phew.
So that's the 7 games that you can complete in 7 days. Let us know your favourites to play in one sitting or your alternative 7 days in the comments below. Drop us a like if you enjoyed this video and don't forget to subscribe to Logitech G for more features just like this one. If you do already subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when our next video lands.